NFTs, if they're done well, that's a way to give us what we should have had forever. You know what I mean?
Hey everyone, it's me, Oli. This week I got to talk to the visitors of Imma Degen or Void NFT project. Their NFTs come with profile pics and avatars fully rigged for Somnium Space VR Metaverse. They recently unveiled their Wynlambo collection and have plans to release Void 2.0 very soon. In this interview, we talk a lot about their origins and also their plans for the future. So stay tuned. And make sure to join their next Rager in Somnium Space at parcel 3362.
Dude, I'm a bit in awe right now. This is so amazing. Like, this isn't a filter, right?
No, it's a 3D. It's like the same, mocap thing. People are using in the VFX. It's like a 3D file. There is like stuff happening and blah blah blah. So no, it's not a filter.
Dude.
Not at all.
This is so amazing. Wow.
Yeah, it's not bad. I just need to add him some teeth maybe, because he look a bit silly without any teeth right now.
Yeah, he looks a little bit aged. he's an elder, a Grandpa Degen, Grandpa
Nice.
Void.
Perfect, Grandpa Void. I like that.
I want to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. You have done absolutely phenomenal work with everything that you guys are putting out there. I love the avatars. I love my avatar, my Void. I know that you guys launched the Wynlambos and you guys are rigging those up. You also have this really cool mesh filter thing that you're using right now. Like, I'm literally talking to an alien, and it's so rad. This is like my dream come true. I feel like I've made contact. And, I love everything about Void. I really do. I love the lore, and I just want to know, like, how are you all inspired to put this together, and how did you all meet?
Oh, nice question. Do you wanna start, Bigfoot, or should I?
You go ahead since you started it.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if you should say that. The project started with me, Fluffy Bob, Santa, and we just wanted to create something a bit more interesting in the NFT space than profile picture of animal, and since I do 3D, I'm in my real job, I that's exactly what I do. I'm a character supervisor, so I just do character all day long. So I thought, why not trying to do something like that in 3D, like PFP that are in 3D, and then I would just give the 3D file to people so they can do cool stuff. And then all the metaverse stuff came out, and we thought, oh, let's make like a metaverse character, and this is where we found out about Somnium, and then all the craziness happened, and during that time we one of our elders was DMing me a lot, and and he was asking for a lot of stuff every time, and then we talked with Public Fruit, and at some point I was like, okay, the dude is like so invested and so talented, let's bring him in the crew. And yeah, that's basically that in a short version of how we met.
That's awesome. I think I was, like you said, I was just a collector of the project, and I'm a 3D artist too, and that's kind of what drew me to the project, was seeing the art and just seeing something different. And I was like, also something I wanted to do already, and I was like, oh man, these guys, like, somebody finally did like a high quality 3D project. And then when I heard there was going to be files for Metaverse or whatever else, I kind of just bugged Holiday until he gave me something to play with. And yeah, we got to talking, and we don't hate each other, so it was a good fit.
Not at all. I love you, man. The goal is really to have fun, and I'm all about giving tool to people to create cool stuff. I don't want to be like in a gatekeeping mentality, like keeping my stuff. I don't care. I worked a lot on these, and I just want to give them to people so they can just build stuff with it, and and yeah, basically.
That's awesome. That's really cool how it's just like serendipitous how people find each other, and like this time right now is such a vital time for technology with the creation of the metaverse, and the fact that you guys came in now, you're just such pioneers. It's the highest quality PFP thing I've seen. Can you tell us more about like what is visitors of Imma Degen? Who are the visitors of Imma Degen? Like, can you give us a little bit of the background on the lore and how you were inspired and just the planet y'all come from and how you crash landed in Somnium?
Oh, you want to take this, public fruit, or should I? No, I want to take it.
It's a you question.
All right. So yeah, I mean the lore, it's a bit silly. We didn't want to take it too seriously. We just wanted to, as I said, having fun, and but basically they are like a bit stupid alien that just want, they just spend their time trading shitcoin and stuff like that, and they meet the Wynlambo, and they got how do you say that, annihilated, like they got like annihilated, and by the by the Wynlambo, and so they had to leave their home planet, and they crash landed in Earth. But I want to say we have something really cool about that, about Void 2.0. We kinda, rewrote the lore of the Void with like some, I think, an interesting twist. Anyway, so that's some good thing that's going to happen. But yeah, basically this is basically like shitcoiner traders that landed on Earth, and yeah, voila.
Awesome. I've read all the lore, and I love that you guys like implement a bunch of pop culture references. That really inspired me when I was doing the DJ mix for the party you guys had, the grand opening. I think it was when you guys launched the Wynlambos, actually, and I put a lot of like 80s kind of like sci-fi theme songs in there and TV shows. But yeah, it's really fun how you guys do that. I'm hoping that there's going to be a Visitors of Imma Degen TV show coming out, maybe filmed in Somnium space. I don't know. There's a lot of really cool characters, and the community is just like so many vibrant, like so many expressive people that I've met that are part of this community that would just be perfect like characters.
And really really talented people. I'm all about open source project and stuff like that. And for example, like today or yesterday, it was like the launch of Blender 3.0, which is like a free software, which is like basically a free software that is being built by, I mean, at first it was like volunteer, now they are getting paid, whatever. But Blender is like a community, basically like a community project that became Blender 3.0, and it is so great right now. It is like better than most DCC you can buy for like $300 per month. You know what I mean? And I kind of want Void to be like in the same spirit. I gave the tool to people, and they can build stuff with that. And I'm certain that with Void 2.0, when we know we will give like this like facial stuff with like a proper rigging, like mockup data and blah blah blah, people are going to create short film, and this is going to be rad. I'm certain about that. But yeah, basically short film, at first, at the very very first, when I started Void, my because as I said, I have a background in in film and TV series and blah blah blah. And at first I really wanted to create like a Void kind of TV show, maybe like a weekly thing. And you probably saw the poker scene where they're all playing poker. It's like a picture that I made like a few months ago, and that was supposed to be like a start of like a short film that I was building with some friend. But then we went through the more like metaverse character road, and this is where we kind of put it on hold. But yeah, I think a short film will be like so rad, for real.
Yeah, seriously. And I know like it's like the perfect setup now, especially that you've launched the Wynlambos, because they're like the nemesis of Visitors of Imma Degen, and the whole reason you all crash landed on Earth And it's I see some epic battle scenes with all the Wynlambos, like weapons and stuff. One thing I wanted to ask you, I know like you actually have like the NFT, which is the profile pic, right? And super high quality art, love them. But I don't think a lot of people realize that they come with avatars, and all you have to do is like connect your wallet and you have it ready to go, ready to implement in a Somnium space. Can you tell me more about just, the 2.0s and your plans with possibly rigging those and, what's on the roadmap for those things?
I can kind of speak to that. Just like to go back to what you said, I think we try and let everybody know as much as possible that they're not just getting, this 2D profile picture, but these were made in 3D, and now we've given people access to the 3D files that like people have intellectual property over their void. They can do whatever they want with them. You could buy 1,000 of them and create your own video game, or use your own and allow everybody to access it. I think a big hurdle right now in the NFT space for avatars is linking these avatars to NFTs, which is not really if it's possible, it hasn't been done or done well. It's really hard to have, okay, well, you want to see your NFT, but you also want it to be linked to your file. And kind of the only way we've done it, and the only way anybody can do it right now, is to link it up to, somewhere you connect your wallet and download your file. And I think when Holiday and the guys first made their first Void, they kind of went through a lot of like the trials that are gonna make Void 2.0 better. And Holiday and I talk a lot. And like, we want people to use the models, and there's a lot of people that don't know 3D software or really aren't going to go in and figure out Unity and get the Unity SDK hooked up and all this stuff, which we understand. So our goal with this is to like really make things as easy as possible and like provide the most game ready, most metaverse ready files, most AR ready files. Like we're in Jadu Mirrorverse, and we just really want, if you want a GLB to sit in AR on your desktop, if you want a file that's perfectly rigged for Somnium, we're kind of working out a way, because it takes a lot of time and effort to make 10,000 files for Somnium. So like,
I can imagine.
We're thinking of a way of like having the people that want them submit, and then we give them the Somnium ready file, as opposed to like, I don't know, we haven't figured out how to automate 10,000 Unity uploads yet, but.
Yeah, but I don't think we have right now. I mean, for the launch of 2.0 to really automate that. Our community is big and people are involved, and even right now, if someone come and say, yeah, I want to have my character in Somnium, everybody's going to help him. So I really think basically the big word for 2.0 is like accessibility. For example, you, Oli, I will give you like I will give it to everyone, all the file needed to do exactly what I'm doing right now, and then we will write like tutorial and blah 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 and stuff on how to make it happen, and if you need help, just call me, call a member, call Public Fruit, anyone, on the Discord. Everybody is like so accessible,
Yeah.
And so that you can make it happen, just with like a couple of clicks, For example, right now, on this setup, all that I need is an iPhone, that like iPhone 10 Plus, and a 3D software. I mean, either a costly 3D software or like Unreal on Unity, which are free, So it's not like that hard to make, or it's like. But the thing that I really want, to be like something where people are going to communicate and talk to them, and like share stuff. That's kind of what's happening right now. Like people, there's that dude that created like all the lens Snapchat filter, and which is great. I didn't ask him anything, and I didn't even know how to do it, and he made it himself, and I love that, like for real.
Yeah, that's a huge reason that I love Web3 and just the whole metaverse concept, because it's like blockchain protects our identity, and then the metaverse kind of allows us to be whoever we want, like create an identity. And I think really you guys have like the strongest identity I've seen so far. I know you guys are a part of other communities as well too. You mentioned you guys are rigged up for Jadu besides Somnium Space. I wanted to ask you about the Gemini Protocol game that you guys are in. That looks super cool. I've seen a lot of videos from members of the Degen army in the, I think it's called NFT 2040. That game. Yeah. Tell me more about that.
Want to take it, Breadfruit, or should I?
I could say a little bit about it. Yeah, this is kind of like the goal of having these models. I think it's like, yeah, these are community members that just I don't know, I can't speak for them. I don't know if they were inspired to make the game because of Void, but I think they were like, hey, like we know how to program a game, and nobody's really made like a cool NFT game that's in that style, at least. You know, it's not like Axie Infinity or something, but it's like a first-person shooter kind of a game. And I think it helped just push them. They're like, shit, we could just use our Void, and we could get everybody in the community to come and play against each other. I think that's another kind of thing we have in mind with Void 2.0 is we want somebody to be able to jump in Discord and be like, hey, we're like making this metaverse, or we're making this game, or we're making this AR app. Like, can you guys either share your files with us, or let us be able to connect our wallet to us? And right now we can do that with Void, but I think we're aiming to have as much versatility as possible. So the next time somebody comes through, we're like, if we don't have exactly what you need, we're building this from the ground up so that we will be ready for whatever kind of application is thrown at them. But those guys are making something cool, and they're also I think not getting the recognition now that they will when it launches and people see what's possible. There's so much talk about metaverse, and everybody's so excited about utility, but it's a lot of talk and not a lot of doing. Which,
yeah, for real. If you look on paper, our project is like, I don't want to brag myself or the project or anything. I'm not into that, but we have like a lot of head start on other projects. Like most projects are still figuring out how to transform their PFP into a character, and most of them it's like a generic character that is most of the time voxel based, because that's just a bit easier to make and a bit lighter. Where we have like also another thing on Void 2.0 is like on Void 1.0 I made the PFP, and then I had to kind of crush the texture and the poly count to make it work inside of Somnium, because Somnium is Somnium, and that's not something that I'm going to do on 2.0. Basically, what you see on the PFP is exactly what you're going to have on the on your metaverse. And for that I use all the technique used in game engine, like normal map, blah 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 blah. And just to say, these for example, right now, how do I look? I look so awesome and beautiful, and I will be exactly like that. And inside of any 3D package, this will be the PFP, you know what I mean? And which is like, I think, a big improvement,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited to get my my rig together for 2.0, and then I'm gonna call my family and freak them out. I'll be like, I completely uploaded my consciousness to the metaverse, guys. I did it.
But it's the thing that like my next how can I say that? Basically, I think that like today, if you want a mocap suit, you have to spend like 3,000-4,000 to have like a proper mocap rig, and where you can basically like transpose yourself in like 100% in a. Right now this is working only with the iPhone, but I can't raise my hand. This doesn't work because that's just how technology is right now. Yeah. But I think in a couple of years, you just have to need like an iPhone to have like a full mocap control on anything, and this is where all these things are going to blow so much. Right now, if you have like a mocap suit, you can run a show, you can run you can do a concert, you can sing, you can do a lot of stuff that are a bit more advanced than other people, because you can do it as an avatar, which is always cooler than, not cooler in the sense that it's better, it's just different, so just bring a little bit of value, you know what I mean? And but you still have to buy like a $3,000 or $4,000 mocap suit. But I think in the long run, everybody will have fun and do like call like that. You know what I mean? Like basically right now, when you call your mom and you had like the bunny filter on your face, and I think this will be the same kind of stuff. You know, like that same accessibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I love it. I know you guys, not only are you creators, which you guys are absolutely pro, but you also have experience as collectors in NFTs too. I know, Holiday, you have a CryptoPunk, and Public Fruit, I just saw that you have a Bored Ape Yacht Club ape. So can you tell me about your experience just as NFT collectors and what you see for the market and what it's moving towards and what it does for artists?
I can tell you where
Yes, I'm going to put my seatbelt. All right, you start. Me right after you.
I mean, I have a lot of friends that I'm also an animator as a job, and I have a lot of friends. You know, all of our dreams. I can't speak for Holiday, but I probably can. We all would rather be making our own stuff and having recognition for that. And I heard about NFTs a few years ago or a couple of years ago, and I didn't pay enough attention as I should have, just like most people. But this at the start of this last year, or the start of 2021, I had a few of my friends that were just like, dude, you should get into this. Like, a lot of them were making a lot of money, and they're all really good artists. And I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. And you know, I'm not good at the whole self-promotion stuff and all that kind of thing. But I got into it and started making some things, and then I started to collect more than I focused on making things. And I got some stuff by a few artists I like, and I watched apes. Like, this is kind of like when I first got into NFTs. I watched apes kind of launch and everybody changing their profile picture and stuff like that. And I was like, this is cool. And then I watched it till it got to like 1.5 ETH, and I was like, I'm just gonna jump in here, and like the community's cool. I talked to a lot of people. Yeah, and then I started buying some art block stuff. Bought a Fidenza, sold it way too early, and yeah, I think the more I got into it, you know, I came to it to totally be honest. I was like, CryptoPunk's stupid. Like, who's gonna buy this stupid pixelated picture? Like, this is shit art. You know, I didn't know what I was talking about until I looked into it, and you know, just started really looking into smart contracts, and kind of definitely have bought into like, this is the way our lives are going to be run and governed, and they should be. And it's kind of it makes so much sense that if it doesn't happen, there is really going to have to be a huge power that steps in and makes sure it doesn't, or a huge power that steps in and does it in a way more centralized fashion, which may or may not happen. But I really think NFTs are going to be everything. And now that their art now is the main focus is awesome. I think art is a catalyst for a lot of things that change in society, and I don't see why this is anything different than that. I really hope that, I mean, yeah, I hope everything holds its value, but I hope we don't look back and go like, yeah, this was just a trend. And right now, I don't think we will. Like, I think it really, people like to collect things. People like to gamble, and people also like to have control over their own life, finances, art, you know, whatever social situation. And I think smart contracts and whatever blockchain that ends up on will really be the way we live our lives, and hopefully govern our lives in a fair manner and give all the people of the world a fair shot, and not just people who have access to money or social perks that a lot of the world doesn't have. That got a little too deep, but that's how.
No, that's perfect. That's very beautifully said. I love the concept of smart contracts, and I know NFTs they're still in their beginning phases, you know, but we've already seen artists, you know, become so successful, and collectors as well, you know, make a turn on their profits, and it's been really inspiring, you know, for, you know, just thinking about what's coming is just,
it's changing lives. I mean,
it's changing
our
lives.
Being involved in the projects too. It's like, this is something never even dreamed could happen a year and a half ago, and this is what we wake up and go to sleep thinking about every day.
Yep. I close my eyes and I see avatars. Seriously.
Yeah. You can't shut it off. Like, once you're infected, it's
I know. It's a virus. It's a good one. I don't know if you guys have read Snow Crash, but
I have read Snow Crash.
That's a good one. I know, as a songwriter for myself, like it's just unbelievable how little money you make for the amount of work and investment you put into your craft. I'm sure you feel the same as animators. And I know smart contracts, like you having your NFT as, or being able to sell your NFT or make a smart contract with your employer, so that you get the money owed to you once, the product is sold, it triggers a fair payment that's with no middleman. That is just absolute utopia to me. The fact that that can be a possibility in so many industries. Because as a songwriter, I know I pay, distributors, labels, collaborators. At the end of it, you're literally left, in the red. And it's a labor of love, so we all have day jobs, like every artist I know, like even super successful ones that would surprise you are working day jobs still, and it's just that's not cool.
which is a shame, like that's terrible, and I'm all about sharing, how can I say that, like I hate capitalism, and
I feel you.
I hate the fact that artists are getting paid shit, and this is and I'm successful, I'm really successful, and I shouldn't complain, but I've seen and I come from that place, and I think that's terrible. And NFTs, if they're done well, that's a way to give us what we should have had, yes, forever, you know what I mean. And but one thing that I'm a bit afraid, and I don't want to sound pessimistic and nihilist, blah blah blah, but like today, if you're a new guy and you're right, okay, you're, for example, I don't know, you're like a, I don't know, like a doctor or a lawyer, and you have like money, and you have a good mindset, and you want to contribute to the space. You think Web3 is cool and blah blah blah, and you go on OpenSea and you start to look at all the project. Uh, Most of what you're going to see is not what is going to help the founder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm a bit afraid right now is that this is turning like the real world. Like basically marketing and money bring exposure, and that generate more money and
more corporations.
Exactly. And right now, if tomorrow I want to sell my if, for example, right now I just shut down the nickname of Holiday, and just start from fresh, and I go like, all right, I want to sell my stuff. It is going to be so hard, like so hard, because there is like so many layer of project and stuff to go through, and into all of that there is like a big chunk of shit project, like cash grab project.
Yep.
Project that have a lot of resources, and they manage to get into like the trend. People invest in that, people lose money, and people leave the space. And I'm a bit afraid of that, and this is why, if someone is listening to me, I think you should really invest in like first you should invest in like artists, like a one-on-one project. Like, just don't buy something because you think you're going to flip it. I mean, if you're here for the money, that's another thing. But if you're here for just collecting and enjoying the vision of Web3, you should invest in artists that are doing like a one-on-one project or like stuff like that, and less into like another animal project that has like a coin and stacking and all that weird stuff that nobody really gets and that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. I think that's the idea. And or you should invest in like project that have like a meaning. Like, for example, the CryptoPunk. I mean, they have a meaning because they are like the first project, the first NFT project. So there is like an ideology behind this,
Oh yeah.
or the ape, because the ape is like a brand, you know what I mean. It's like the first like big brand, like in the metaverse, so that can become something. Or the void, because we're cool and you can do that.
Yeah. I love what you said. I think for like anything else, it's like, don't FOMO. You have to follow your heart. If your intentions are pure, you have nothing to worry about. But if you're buying out of fear and greed. Greed is always going to get you in trouble. Like, you have to see the value. You have to, actually feel connected to something, and you're benefiting right there without even having a turn on investment. So I think there's something to be said for blockchain kind of exposing people's intentions in a way, and really bringing out the best and the worst in all of us. Because people definitely use this shit for people use this stuff for money laundering. I know a lot of people say that, especially people that don't really understand the benefits and the amazing tool that blockchain is for us. They're always like, it's money laundering. It's like, yes, everything has a negative side to it, but there's still
and with
so
the
much
negative
value.
you get the positive. The people that are able to take advantage of people like this and launder money, they're only able to do it because this platform exists, which is also, it's the other side of the coin. Is that's why it's awesome. Like, there's so many things that people haven't done yet, and maybe somebody's dreaming about them and maybe they haven't. This is why CryptoPunks has historical significance, and that I don't think it's stupid anymore, because they really did. They took a chance, and they invested their money, but they really started a movement, and they did something nobody else was doing. And it wasn't really clear at the time, and I think that's what a lot of people are doing now. What we're kind of doing with Void 2.0 too, is we're reworking some of the traits and stuff like that. And some people are like, oh, you're going to change this and this. It's like, nobody does that. It's like, yeah, nobody does that. But you know what? We're looking at it and we're saying this is something we like, we believe in, our community believes in. Why not improve it and make it better? And why not build on what we have and increase not only our utility but the aesthetic value and everything else? And I think that's a small thing, but I think the coolest stuff hasn't happened. And I think right now, while there's a lot of scams and there's a lot of people taking advantage of different financial loopholes and stuff like that, there's also an open playing field to do stuff that can change lives, our own lives, and the people who create them's lives as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely see Void as the renaissance for the generative technology, and a lot of people totally discount, like they see the CryptoPunk and they're like, oh, millions of dollars. It's like, yo, this was like one of the first blockchain generative projects. Like, that is actually some complex stuff.
What did it cost to mint a CryptoPunk? It was like 35 cents or something.
Yeah, but like the AI technology and all that, it's just like, that is some groundbreaking stuff. So I see them like they were, the first, and that's why they have the value. And then the apes kind of came in with the aesthetic. And then you guys, seriously, you guys have the tech, the aesthetic, and the utility. That is killer. You nailed the trifecta. So, bravo.
We just need some marketing.
Yeah, even that. I mean, your community is just like super, super pumped, and they're having fun, and your lore is gold. You guys have done an amazing job, and that's gonna pay off. Like, it's already, I mean, for me, I know that I've gained so much just having my Void and being in the community. So I'm thankful for that.
I think we get a lot of people in too that feel this way too, and they, it might take a little bit of time and investment in a time where people don't have a very long attention span, and there are a lot of people who have flooded into the space because they heard about somebody who bought 10 apes while they were on mushrooms and now they're a millionaire. Like, that's awesome for that guy, but like, if NFTs are gonna continue to do well and actually be something that are valued and have actual utility, it takes the people that really like invest into a community and see a project for the long term, and like actually not only expect utility but respect what goes into it and what they can get out of it too if they really put into it. So I think that's kind of what Holiday's goal was. And when he and I first started talking, he's like, yeah, dude, like, I'll give you something to make something with. Like, that's my dream. I want people to like use these to make stuff. And it's like, that's really cool. Like, none of my other NFTs have done that.
And yeah, Public Fruit made the first trailer video without being in the team, right?
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, he wasn't even in the team, and he made. I think that this is the video that gave us the most engagement. So I mean, yeah, I mean that's the goal, and I really think that people that are here, because they are honest, these are the people that are going to be rewarded.
Mhm.
Everyone that was like that claimed CryptoPunk, they didn't claim CryptoPunk because they think that this is going to bring value, like in like 10 years or something. They just claim it because they really like the technology and the tech and the idea behind it, and now they're getting rewarded. And yeah, I think we build something similar here, like just having fun. This is really honest, and we just want people to gain something with that, if for example, having like a void, like a metaverse void, as a holy for you as a singer, that can bring you like more views or more blah blah blah, like I mean, I made it, that's the goal, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely cool being an alien. I mean,
Yeah,
uh,
it's not bad.
it's like when you're in the avatar, it really does something to you psychologically. Like you just feel like so much freedom of expression, because it's like I'm not really like me, as my ego has been, been shaped over the years. I'm like a totally different being, and I'm still myself, of course, but it just gives you like a kind of sense of just like, you know, fun,
Yeah.
inhibition, or
It
or
brings a lot of people out
or
of their shell, right? Like you see
yes,
people in Somnium space dancing around who I guarantee you, half of those people you were at a party would be standing on the wall, not
exactly,
dancing, but
no
they're in an
inhibition.
avatar and they're having fun and they're fucking rocking out, which is awesome. So I think that's the goal of the metaverse, right? You can be who you want to be
Yeah,
without judgment.
yeah. And that being said, like we are creating it, so whatever's going to happen in the future, we're determining right now with our actions, and you guys are just, game changers, and I think a super super great example of what NFTs are and can be. um, and the fact that you guys have just like pulled this project off is, you know very impressive, very
Thanks,
inspiring.
Ali. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. I still need to
That's
get a
really
Wynlambo.
Sure.
have you seen the Wynlambo model that we're going to be releasing?
I think I saw Circus Tiger shared
Yeah.
like a body, like
Yeah.
it looked like a
Circus Tiger.
soldier.
He's obviously been with the project, not with the project, but as a community member and a holder of the project for a while, and we've watched what he did. And he started making these Wynlambo models, and we were trying to figure out. We had some different ideas of how to bring the Wynlambo into the metaverse because they're quadrupeds, and that doesn't really work in any metaverse right now. We had a few different ideas. We were going to make like a mech suit or something like that, and he just, from his own special brain, came up with this look, which kind of fits his whole style, which is also awesome and something that's really original. And I think these avatars are going to be, they'll come out before Void 2.0, hopefully. And that's not a don't hold me to that, but that's the plan. And I think they'll be the same way. We really want to give people the most utility possible in the most like file formats and be able to be accessible in whatever app or whatever metaverse augmented reality experience that people can have. And I think what he's made and what they're going to be are really different than anything we've seen. I mean, you look at, I don't want to bash other projects, but like I see people who haven't seen their Clone X and they paid like 3 ETH for it. And the ones I've seen aren't beautiful art. I would not call them, and they're not so original. And I think just you could get a Wynlambo for a fraction of the cost right now, and you're
Yeah.
going to be walking around in like possibly the dopest metaverse avatar
They're
ever
so cute.
created.
They're so
Yeah.
cute. I love them. I see, Holiday, you're changing colors over there earlier. How are you doing this?
Yeah, it's just like a 3D software, so I can do whatever I want, and
This is what he does when we're on calls together and I don't shut up. He just starts
yes.
changing colors.
Yes, that's the idea, and yeah, as you see, it's like a real, like it's a void, it's like a naked
Whoa,
void.
whoa, whoa,
Wow, sorry, no naked stuff, but
I won't
yeah.
stand up.
But yeah, I didn't,
Definitely not right there.
plug the spine. If I plug the spine, I could move around, but I didn't. But just to have like a more stable
But like what Holiday's doing right here, nobody is doing this. Yes, there are like
No,
AR, what are they called? Filters. This is not a filter. Like this
it's
is
not a
real
virtual.
time.
It's basically the same technology that they use like in Hollywood to create like Thanos. That's the same thing, just with an iPhone instead of a big camera. But that's the same thing, you know. And I think people don't realize like how like you know like I had to, you know, there's a lot of work that has to be done to have like a character like that. And basically, the idea that you can buy like a PFP and you have your own character and then you can own it and then you can do everything you want with that, and you can really appropriate it to your persona. It's fucking huge. You know what I mean? It's like
You
it's
could make
something.
money off of it. It could be a
Yeah,
franchise
you
for you.
you can run show. You can,
Yeah.
and you know I will give you everything in the technical side to make it happen. And either you can ask me how to do it or you can hire someone to do it for you, but you just a couple of clips and you can run like a weather show if you want as a void.
Yeah.
I can do that. Like every morning I can do I can say the weather as a void. I should do that. I should do that.
Yeah.
Real time ideas from Holiday.
Great time, yes.
Yeah, it's amazing how simple you're saying it is, because also like it makes me think of like Lord of the Rings, like Gollum, how they had to do so many like after like post-production stuff on the character.
That's the same thing. That basically literally the same technology, the same, just with like a lower budget. But that's exactly the same thing. So if you want to like if you want to create like a, basically you can create a short film with like free software, five. Well, okay, that's a lot right now, but like a 5,000 mocap suit. So you don't have to do hand animation. You can just do it with the mocap suit, and that's that void. All the facial stuff you can do it with an iPhone, and then you can create short film. You can create like funny stuff, clip, whatever, and I mean it's fucking huge to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It's cool. I think we'll look back on this moment and just be like, remember when we were talking about that? And how, you know, what we're doing now, like it's going to be wild. It already is very wild.
Yeah, I mean, me talking like that is weird to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. It's very very weird. But that's a good thing because I didn't shave for like 3 weeks, so I look like shit right now. But I can be presentable, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's what it's about. It's about looking good for your meetings, your virtual
This
meetings.
is also an avatar.
Yeah, who knows? We could all be avatars.
Yeah, our software is just a little more advanced than Holiday.
Yes, very true. I can go really deep in that conversation if you guys want.
Yeah. I think we all kind of probably share similar ideas for what reality actually is.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that like people obviously have this want for like an avatar or a presence that's not their own body for whatever reason or face, or you just want to get an escape from reality. The same reason people watch TV or read books, and I think the more that come out, the ones that give people the easiest pathway to that are going to be successful, and ones that are like you said, have a little lore and a little story and a community around them. And yeah, I think we're in an interesting time, and we hope to keep going.
Oh yeah, I look forward to what you guys have in store. Thank you so much for talking to me today. You guys are absolute heroes. Seriously, I'm such a fan.
Aww. Ollie, we're a fan as well. You have to
Yes.
promise to do our next Somnium party again, because the last one was really fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was really fun. I keep seeing like that tower, the tower of aliens. That
The alien stack is legendary.
the alien stack.